are more, well, the rest are personalized questions, but these are also more
Yeah.
personalized questions. What's it
Yeah.
like having a business at, did you say you're turning 15 in a few weeks?
I'm turning 15th on February 12th.
Okay.
So
Yeah, about a
in
week.
7 days.
7 days. Well,
Actually, one
congrats.
week today. Next Friday.
Ooh,
Yeah. 1 week
congrats.
today. This is being filmed on Friday the 5th, if you're
Yeah.
wondering. If you're watching this.
So, wait, I believe. Oh, that's the wrong button. No, yep, I have a
Yeah.
recording
So
date
like
on the Hypixel. If you notice at the top, underneath that
oh
big bar
yeah,
on
you
the
can
right,
see it
that's it.
right there.
Yep. So that's when
Housing.
we're recording this. But what's it like having a business at
Yeah.
almost 15?
That's what really pushed me to, get into like productivity and stuff because I had so much to do, so little time to do it, right? So
Yeah.
like it's really important for me managing time. So like I wake up, I talk about it a lot in my videos. Like I'll wake up 6:30, 6 some days, depending on how much you need to get done.
Okay.
But anywhere from generally 6:15 to 6:45 is my range. Just a pro tip if you guys are wondering. Make sure you wake up in the same like half an hour time range every day. It'll help you a
Yeah.
lot. You won't
I'm
be as
trying to
tired
do
when you
that
wake
again.
up.
I did that in
Yeah,
spring.
it's really beneficial. Now I'm waking up like 10 minutes before my alarm, and it's just like I feel so much more energized and more motivated to wake up. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what really helps me is like before school I literally like I read for 20 minutes, I respond
Oh,
to
that's nice.
emails, I respond to comments, right? Like I have
Oh,
all
okay.
these things that I get done before school even starts. So it's a busy day, right? That's the
Yeah.
thing, and it's hard to make time. It's hard to make time to like hang out with friends and be a normal kid because like I'm doing so much and I
Yeah.
have this constant self pressure on myself. Like no one else cares. It's my own self pressure. No one's pressuring me to do anything. It's
Yeah.
my own like self mind telling me I want to get this done. I want to get this done. And that's really what you need if you want to keep doing it. You can't do it because you see me doing it, right? You
Yeah.
need to do it because you want to do it.
You have to have
I'm
that.
not gonna know
Yeah.
whether you're I'm not gonna know whether you're doing whether I tell you or not. It's not really gonna impact me whether you decide to wake up earlier. The real person who's gonna benefit is you, and you're the one who has to put in the work to get there, right? I'm
Yeah.
just telling you how to do it,
Yeah.
and you have to actually execute it.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
saw this good quote the other day. Yeah, in this book I'm reading, it says, "To learn but not to do is not to learn."
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right? So if you learn something but don't do it, you're basically not learning it,
Wow,
right?
yeah.
I could literally make a whole video about that one too.
What books are you reading?
So it's so funny when people ask me what I want for my birthday, I like give them a list of books. They're like, I'm not getting you a book. I'm like, yeah, I want a book.
I
So
kind
the
of
book I'm reading that I saw that one in, it's called the seven habits of highly effective people. My mom actually had
Oh,
that
I
one
have the one
from
for
a long time
teens.
ago.
We were supposed to read
Yes,
it for
I
like
need
health
to
or
read that too.
something,
Yeah.
but then I read something
Oh, really?
else.
That's cool. Your teacher's cool then.
Yeah.
That's a
I have it
really
in
good.
my
Yeah. So
room.
the dad wrote the book I'm reading right now, and then his kid wrote the teens one.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we had it in
Another
health.
one is
We had it in
like
health, that book.
exactly. That's cool. Yeah. Another one I'm about to do is like how to win friends and influence people. It's called. And it's not
Oh,
like a basic guide on how to get friends, but that's just what it's called. It's like a really old one. I think it's from like the 1930s, but it's like basic psychology concepts to make people like believe in what you say,
oh wow,
right? Like
that's really
to
interesting.
influence them. Like it's little
Yeah.
things like that that sort of just teach you life skills. And like I don't necessarily agree with everything in every book, but if I pull one thing
Yeah.
out of it, then I'm happy with that, right? Like if I can
Yeah.
pull one thing out of this that's beneficial to me, I'm like, bet that's awesome, right?
Yeah.
It's more than I would have known if I didn't read it.
So, I have some coaster questions for you.
Yeah,
Now,
for sure.
one is I saw that you're linked with Coaster Kids, and could you tell me a
Yeah,
little
do you
bit
know
about
Coaster
that?
Kids?
I saw that you
Yeah.
were linked with it somehow.
Yeah,
You had
have
a
you like
shirt that
watched
said it.
Coaster Kids?
I watched a little bit.
Yeah.
I did
Did
a
you discover them through me?
Yes, I actually did. Yeah, and then
Oh,
I saw
okay, cool, cool,
now that
cool.
they're doing a lot of more charity work.
Yeah, so basically Coaster Kids used to be like a big like there's almost 30,000 subscribers and it's like sort of just
Yeah.
like it was this started with this one boy from Ohio. His name's Logan. He's my friend. He
Okay.
uh he had autism and he used to be like he still has
Oh.
autism, of course, but like
Yeah.
he was really scared of like loud noises and what calmed
Oh.
him down is watching roller coaster POVs. And pretty much he got over his big fears of like big, tall, scary things and loud noises. Right? It's like pretty standard autism stuff.
Yeah.
But that sort of pushed him, and he sort of started inspiring other people. So they started posting videos of their
Oh.
travels, and it sort of just grew to this point where there was all these kids around the world. Like their whole slogan is "Be brave and ride on." So
Yes,
like
I
be
saw
brave
that.
as in coasters, but also be brave as in like anything in general, right? It's just the
Yeah.
message of being brave and moving on with it, right? So that's like something I really believe in, and that's really awesome.
Wow.
But now it's sort of like it was called Coaster Kids, and all the people that have been in it since they were kids are now like teenagers. So people
Yeah.
are starting
I
commenting
saw
like Coaster
Logan.
Teens. Yeah,
Logan
Logan's
is
like
now
Logan's a
doing.
year older than me, so he's turning 16 this year, right? He's not
Okay.
really necessarily a kid anymore, right? So there's a
Yeah.
new channel. Yeah,
Okay.
there's a
Thrills
new channel
United.
called Thrills United. Exactly. And that's sort of like now we do events. Well, we haven't yet because this all happened like
Yeah.
basically since COVID. But what's gonna happen is we're gonna host like we used to host like Be Brave days. Like when Logan would travel, there would be like host a
Oh.
meetup at a park, and all these kids would come and do like Be Brave challenges on rides they're scared of and stuff.
Wow.
So now it's gonna sort of be like I'm an ambassador for the Coaster Kids charity.
Okay.
So that means like I'm the Canadian representative of it. So pretty much like I would go like there would be like a worldwide day where everyone would go to a park that's a representative of like their state or their country or whatever and host a meetup at a park and sort of, just work on being brave and stuff like that.
Huh. Yeah,
It's a
because
very powerful message with a lot of people.
yeah, I myself, I've been on one roller coaster, and that's at the local roller coaster place, and
There, like
I've been like kind of scared, but I was like, you know what? Eighth grade
uh-huh.
graduation, I'm gonna go on
Let's
it.
do
I'm gonna build
it.
up my tolerance to it, and then be like, okay. I decided to not make my first one that went upside down, for I would
Yeah.
probably feel like death. But I
I thought
chose
I
one.
would too, don't worry.
Yeah, I chose one that just had a fast start. It did some basic
Yeah.
things, and then it was over. It was actually kind of fun when I think about it now. So I'm like,
Exactly.
if I ride that about like 5 or 10 more times, I might be like, okay, cool.
You'll be ready. Let's
Yeah, I'll be
go.
ready. So I find that really, like, that's such a cool goal that they were doing, and I'm so glad that now it's like a charity.
Exactly. It adds that much more meaning to it, right?
Yeah,
It's a non-profit.
it's a nonprofit that just makes it so much more amazing.
It's awesome.
And I think possibly, yeah, my last coaster question is about, so you're like almost another ambassador to Canada's Wonderland? Like you interviewed the communications person there? So
I wouldn't call it ambassador, but I have an Instagram account that's followed by Canada's Wonderland. And
okay.
it's called Coaster Addicts, and that's where I post all of my roller coaster photography.
Okay.
Right, so that's something that I'm like really passionate about as well as taking pictures of roller coasters. Just love it, best thing. So yeah, like all my pictures are on there. I've gained like a little bit of a following there where I just post those pictures, and that's sort of how I got my ins with them. They like my pictures, they post them.
Yeah, you do a lot. A lot of your coaster videos were at Canada's Wonderland, so that was really
Exactly. Yeah.
cool. But
So
you're
that's my home park. That's like
yeah,
pretty close to me.
and you're an interviewer yourself. You
Yeah.
interviewed who was she?
Yeah, Grace Peacock. She's Grace. Her name's Grace
Yes,
Peacock.
and then you also had
Uh-huh.
interviewed BK Coasters and Coasters
Oh yeah, that was my
United? Something
podcast,
like
BK
that.
Photo Page.
Yes, your one
Taught me a
episode,
lot
your
about
podcast. Yeah,
my lasting one episode podcast. We'll pick that up one day, but just don't have time for that.
yeah,
I tried it. It was fun. We'll pick it up. We'll pick it up.
yeah.
But yeah, I did my podcast episode in there. I just talked with like BK Photo Page, another photographer, but
Yep.
BK Photo Page, Bob. He taught me pretty much like a lot of what I know about roller coasters and
He was
taking
in one
pictures
of
of
your
them.
videos. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I met him a couple times. He's come to Wonderland. I've gone to Cedar Point, his park in Ohio.
Okay.
It's
Exactly.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's like people that have similar passions to you. It's just cool to connect over that.
Yeah. There'll be one more coaster related question
Yeah.
that you'll know, but people won't. Okay, so the next one is, what's your editing process in, like, what program do you use for it?
Yeah, so I use Final Cut Pro 10, so Mac users would know.
Oh,
Um, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah, I
like
saw
it's
you
like
use the
basically
Mac.
like it's like iMovie on steroids basically. So it's like Apple's editing software. It's like the equivalent to Premiere Pro.
Okay.
It's like I've been using that for 3 years now. It's like I like it way better than Premiere because it's just a one-time purchase. It's not monthly subscription. So I've
Yeah.
had it for 3 years now, almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years like in March or April, but I love it. Just
Happy
work all in that.
anniversary.
Happy anniversary to Final Cut on my
Woo.
computers. Exactly.
Okay. Well, yeah, there's a
Hmm.
very advanced editing, so I was like, this must be a good software. Um,
Yeah.
so now I know you've done a lot of other things on your channel, include making Canada Wonderland funnel cake, chocolate chip cookies, like hockey. But do you have any
Yeah.
other hobbies outside of YouTube and film?
um, it's like I play baseball, so like I play high level baseball where
Oh,
I'm traveling
yes.
a lot. But
Okay.
between baseball, YouTube, and like Cocci Productions and reading and being like just
Yeah.
self developing myself is like I spend a lot of time trying to make myself a better person every day,
Huh.
and sort of just working towards the greater goal of like being the best person I could be in terms of like helping other people, and just learning because you want to be like an ever growing student and never stop learning because you can never
Yeah.
learn too much, right? It's just endless information out there. And now that it's all free on YouTube, there's no excuse
Yeah.
for anyone not to learn, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Um.
like I
No.
like to be a learner. That's what I love to do.
Yeah. Would you say that do you like a lot of everything? Are you a person who just
Yeah,
like,
like uh it depends. Like that's the thing. Like what I'm trying to work on is I'm really closed-minded to things I don't think will benefit me.
okay,
Yet if I did that at the start, I would never have gotten into what I do today. Because I would have
okay,
thought like, what's the point, right?
yeah,
But that's something I've been struggling with is like being really closed-minded. So I'm gonna try and be more open-minded.
that's good.
But yeah, it's a tricky
It is. It
it's a
can be
tricky
tricky.
situation.
I've
Exactly. It's like I feel like I have it all figured out, right? And it's like
yeah,
it's a mental trap but I really don't. Like I'm not even 15 yet. What do I know?
yeah. I have to say I'm like kind of the opposite in that if you say, hey, would you like to do this, and I'm like, sure. I wrote a
Yeah.
thing where I think I literally like double booked a day, and like
Nice.
yeah, that was real nice, and like both of them were like kind of obligatory. Is that the word?
I
Had to do
don't
them.
even know. I know what you mean though.
Yeah, or like stuff
Yeah.
like that where I was the go-go bunny basically until
Yeah,
the
like
good old big city.
I'll do whatever with my friends and like hang out with them
Okay,
and do
yeah.
whatever they want. But like in terms of like things that I'm like sort of self projects that I'm dedicating myself towards, that's more where I mean like being closed minded towards starting new things.
Okay, yeah.
Right? You know what I
Okay,
mean?
got it.
If that makes sense. It's tricky. It's tricky
So
to
like
put in
new
words.
projects. Or
Exactly.
like
Like
okay,
things I'm dedicating time towards. Yeah.
got it. Yeah. Yeah, and I have to
Hmm.
say I'll just do a little spiel here, but when
Hmm.
I was researching your channel and I went through I was going through some of your vlogs and the one where I think it was raiding houses and you fell off the one
It wasn't
wheel
actually, guys, listening to this, it wasn't actually raiding houses. It was going to my friend's house.
and taking
Going to my
food.
friends' houses and taking food from their food stashes. So
Yes.
we didn't raid houses. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
But
Don't
yeah, keep going.
But I have a friend who's exactly like some of your friends. He's actually the
My
person who
friends are
owns the fake
crazy.
Instagram account. But like just the vibes I was getting off of that, I was like, this is exactly what that was, and I was like nostalgic for 2019. So
Aww.
I was like, yeah, cause like, shoot, we had like a right before school. Not was it a sleepover? I don't think it was. It was something similar to that. But it was like
Yeah.
I also remember with one of my friends, and then that same person, we have a big sledding hill, and then one time it was like it was like it was just us, and then it's a really long field, and then there's a little pond, and it iced over.
Yeah.
It's not really a pond. It's like the water build up here. That's
Yeah.
honestly, it's not a pond, I shall say. It's more like a big puddle. It's a puddle,
Yeah.
basically. And when it froze over, and we were trying to see if we could make it crack. And that was like, 2019.
That's scary. You don't want to fall in. You don't
No,
really
it
want to make
wasn't
it
deep. It was like, probably we would get our ankles cold.
But
That's
still,
that.
why would you? You
Yeah,
don't necessarily want it.
I wasn't keen
Not
on
the
the
point. Not the
idea.
point.
But it just like
That's
it
okay.
gives. Yeah, you're from. That was like.
But did you break it? That's the question. Did you break
No,
it?
we didn't. they didn't because it was actually really thick ice. And I was like, I'm not doing that. But like we got a stick. We
Yeah.
tried. But like
Risk tolerance.
yeah. But just watching that, it was like where he scored the behind the head basketball shot. It was just like that brings me back to then, where we could meet up with people.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that was
See, that's
really
like what I love
fun.
to do is like sort of giving people that sense of community, right?
Yes, like you could feel like
Exactly.
you're actually there, and that was just
That's
I
awesome.
felt
That's
like
what
that
I.
was really
That's the
good.
goal of it, right?
Yeah,
Perfect. Great to hear feedback on that.
yeah. So now,
Exactly.
quick 3 channel related questions. I think that'll be
Yeah.
the end. What is your
hmm
most viewed video?
So my most viewed video is kind of like a one-off, like a blow-up. It was getting stuck on a 300-foot roller coaster for 90 minutes. I think that's
Yeah,
almost at 190,000 views,
that is just
which is
insane.
kind of insane. It
That's
just blew up
insane.
since like maybe like August. It started blowing up, and it was like
Yeah.
went like 3 months of being published with like nothing, no growth, and then it just bam one day started getting like
Wow.
8,000 views a day at one point. Crazy.
That's yeah. That's just like
And
that
it
because
wasn't
that's
like a great video or anything. It was just an interesting topic.
yeah. But like that's something that people can Google or like when you're going down a YouTube rabbit hole, that's what pops up.
Exactly. That's a YouTube rabbit hole spot. I
Yes.
think like 93% of viewers were from recommended and
Yeah.
like suggested pages
And that's
like that.
really interesting about the YouTube rabbit holes. Is I think that's actually
Uh-huh.
partially actually I wouldn't say that's how I found your channel. It was like on a related
You
strain.
search. Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
this thing, then it was Nickelodeon American Dream Mall because I can actually go to it and I was actually interested in like, ooh,
Oh, American
what's
Dream
there?
looks dope.
Yes, especially like yeah, because the one in New Jersey. I mean, I've been to the one in Minnesota once, but like I was 3, so
Yeah, it doesn't really count.
it doesn't really count. And then I was like, oh, Great Wolf Lodge. I have been there before. So then I Googled it, and then I found your video through that. So
And I came up.
yeah,
Bam.
and so it was a really interesting coincidence. Then I bookmarked your channel. I was like, hey, wait a minute, don't I have some bookmarked when I was thinking about people to ask? So that's
And then
my
now here
story.
we are.
Here we are. Yay! Oh, I
Exactly.
did
We're
not
sitting.
mean to
We're
fly.
sitting. We're sitting. We're sitting. Oh, I
Oh,
can fly.
well,
Whoops.
we can both fly.
Now we're sitting here in the interview room.
Yay. Okay. So, what do you want for the future of your channel?
Yeah. Like I want it to be able to grow to the point where I could do full-time YouTube because that would be like my dream
Yeah.
thing ever. That would be awesome. And to the point where I could like help as many people as possible because that's what I
Yeah.
love doing, right? Like I love the feedback of the comments of seeing other people saying, "Wow, this helped me so much." Or like they came back 2 days later after they watched and they're like, "Wow, I tried this, this, and this, and it actually helped me so much. Thanks," right?
Yeah.
And little things like that just keep you motivated and keep you going. So I just love to keep that rolling and be able to just keep helping people.
Wow. Yeah. So, yeah, that's like an amazing goal. Is that your goal is just to try and like help people do all that. This next
Exactly.
one, I would say this. My thing would just be completely different than what you would say. But what's one piece of advice for people starting off on YouTube?
Yeah. Just
That
I think
only
it's
you
the
could
same
give.
thing.
That you could give.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try and be original with this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. I'm not gonna say like I could say just get started, and no matter what you're doing, just get started. Because no one cares about your gear or what you have. It's about the story
Yeah.
that you tell, right? And one big thing is try and serve people value, right? Like
Yeah.
you want like whether that's value through sharing a past experience that you've had, giving them like for example tutorials, giving them unboxing of products they're willing to have, giving them advice towards productivity like I do and stuff like that, or just straight up entertaining them and like giving them a laugh, right? Because that's ultimately one of the biggest values that you can possibly give someone is a laugh, right? So, just try and provide value and just try and be yourself. Don't try and imitate that fake, "Hey guys, it's me. Today we're here with another video," right? Just be yourself and put yourself out there and the right people will find you. Just keep being persistent. Your numbers won't show up right away, but don't worry about the numbers, which is something I need to focus less on doing. So like, for example,
Yeah.
make sure you set goals, but don't set goals to have 1 million views in a year, right?
Yeah.
Set a goal to produce set amount of videos. So I want to produce a video once a week. So I'm going to have 52 videos by the end of the year, and I'm going to make sure each one of my videos is better, right? And as you're focused on making those videos better, then the people will start coming, right? Because you'll have these better videos, people start discovering you, and then you'll grow from there. And then we can worry about goals towards views and subscribers and stuff. But first, get your quality down, which is something it's hard to do at first, right? Unless you come from a film background.
Yeah, that's very true. My advice would be watch your productivity watch your productivity videos. Not gonna lie, those probably are gonna help you, because if you can actually like get parts of your life together even more, then you have more time to do
Exactly.
YouTube
If your
stuff.
excuse is I don't have time, you're wrong.
You have time, you just have to make that time available.
That's exactly a quote from one of my videos.
Well, then I probably watched it doing research, so that's probably
Exactly.
where it came from.
Love that. Stuck in your head. Perfect. That's the
Probably,
perfect
yeah.
mentality you should have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's really interesting advice, and I think that's great advice.
Just work towards making your videos better and yourself better at making videos, and the people will come. Don't worry about the numbers.
Yeah. Okay. Now, just to end things off, would you like to put your name on a sign on the wall?
Oh my god, I would love to put my name on the sign
So
on the wall.
just,
There we go. Signs.
Let's go.
Okay, it wasn't me.
Fly up and
Okay, ready?
boop.
Where should I do it?
Right now.
Oh, right
here.
underneath? Which one? This one?
You can put it to the right, underneath, wherever you want.
I'll go right beside Jeff.
Okay.
Oh, I broke it.
That's fine. Yeah, that's
Okay,
my
ready?
laugh.
There we go.
Oh, and they connect. That looks a lot nicer than I was thinking.
I'm gonna copy the format.
Oh, okay.
Tyler Cocci was here, and then what's the date? Today is 02.
02, 05,
05.
21. So you're my
I'm
first
just gonna do 02 5
interviewee
21.
of 2021.
Damn. There we go.
Woo!
Let's go. We were here.
Let's go. Oh, that's...
Say.
Oh, and we probably shouldn't have the sign. Don't break the table. Nothing happened about that last time. Just had to mention that.
I won't break the table. I won't touch my trackpad anymore.
Okay. Well, I think that's gonna be it, guys, for this
That's
episode.
awesome.
Remember to like and subscribe. Check out Tyler.
Go
Cocci.
do it. I'm telling you to like and subscribe right now.
And
If
check
Phantom
out
plays on
all
YouTube.
of Tyler Cocci's things in socials in the
Maybe they could
description.
help you.
Yeah. Put all. I'm gonna put all of his socials in the description.
Awesome.
Sorry
Well,
if this
thank you
one's a
so
little
much for having
longer.
me.
It depends on
Yeah.
how well I edit it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on
Great.
the next one. Bye.
Thanks for having me on the show.
No
Bye.
problem.